Hello YouTubers, it is still Too Normal 2 here, and I'm back with a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Spotlight. Today we're going to be talking about Kieran. Now, this is going to be part 1 because Kieran's going to look and be different in part 2. Anyways, this part is focusing on his teal mask appearance. Kieran grew up in the lands of Kitakami alongside his big sister, Carmine. Kieran is a meek and quiet boy who pretty much wants to keep to himself, but he has a deep love for Ogerpon, which the villagers hate. Even Carmine doesn't like Ogerpon. However, when the player comes up, it's implied that Kieran may had a crush on the player, or at the very least admire them for beating Carmine easily. Kieran does challenge you, but is often a good sport about it. However, that's when the story starts to unfold. Shortly after we meet Kieran and after we go to the festival and run into Ogerpon, Carmine insists on keeping Kieran in the dark about Ogerpon's truth, but unbeknownst to her, he was actually eavesdropping. Later, he confronts the player about what they were talking about, and the game doesn't really give you an option. You have to lie to him, which he knows you're lying to him. Later on, he's able to convince the villagers the truth about Ogerpon, and they don't hate Ogerpon anymore. And at Ogerpon's cave, he really wants Ogerpon, even though Ogerpon chooses you in the end. So he battles you one last time, and after you catch Ogerpon, Kieran runs off crying. Later from Carmine, we learn that Kieran locked himself in his room and wouldn't come out. And at the very end of the game, when Briar pretty much says her and Carmine and Kieran need to report back to Blueberry Academy because there's been developments in Area 0. We don't see Kieran with Carmine giving the speech. However, we do see Kieran in a room, which I assume has to be Blueberry Academy, saying, "Stronger, stronger, I have to get stronger." Then the camera cuts into a smile and it shows him tying his hair back, saying, "Just you wait." So yeah, I think the idea is we kind of created this villain, and the fact that Kieran, despite trying his hardest, could not get Ogerpon in the end, mainly because Ogerpon didn't choose him. So I think this drove Kieran a bit angry and decided to change it up. Anyways, the teal mask, Kieran, he wears the Blueberry School uniform with jacket, a blue undershirt with tie, along with a yellow gold belt. I don't know if you could see this, but there's actually a red knitted glove on his right hand, which is the hand he uses to throw a Pokeball. He wears messy black hair with a little bit of purple underneath them, with a yellow headband with gold eyes. Kieran definitely looks shy and timid in this appearance, but coming the Indigo Disc and his obsession with trying to beat us, I'm sure he'll get different. Kieran is pretty much one of those characters, like, don't get me wrong, he was okay in Teal Mask, but at the very end really got me curious, since we kind of created this villain. And I don't doubt Kieran's going to be a threat in the Indigo Disc. I don't remember exactly his team of Pokemon, but I do know his ace one was Dipplin, one of the new evolutions for Applin, which Dipplin's pretty cool, I'll admit. So, Kieran, this is Kieran in the Teal Mask. I will be doing part 2 of him in the Indigo Disc after I complete the game. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe. This is still Too Normal. Thank you very much.